Good afternoon. I'm delighted to have a chance to share with you and get you thinking and trying to solve some of the problems that we work on in healthcare. I'm David Blair. I am a family physician, and I've worked in the community for over 30 years. I work with and provide leadership to our employed medical group at St. Mary's, Mercy Health Physician Partners. And what I'd like to get you thinking about with me today is the problems in healthcare, and more particularly the rapidly rising spending, which is actually a multi-decade problem and is reaching the point that is beginning to threaten the U.S. economy. So this is a huge challenge we face, and that is what I would like to propose to you to think about. How do we begin to reframe what's going on in healthcare? We need to take care of people, we need to deliver fine care, but we have become disconnected from the concept of value in healthcare in this country. And so you can have something you might buy that's got value to you, that's worth $10, and you can buy another thing in healthcare and it can cost $10,000, and there's no way to really appropriately get a sensitivity for the customer, the patient, as to what is valuable or not. Is the MRI of the brain, is it worth $5,000? Well, it's got almost no chance that there's anything wrong. How many times do you do things that have almost no chance of finding something and the price is so high? I'll give you one particular example. There's a prostate cancer drug that came on the market a couple years ago. It cost $80,000 and it improved lifespan by 4 years. Excuse me, by 4 months. 4 months. So a year of life added, that's $240,000. So the trouble is we can't do these over and over. We run out of money. But that's exactly what's happening. So I would like you to begin to think about how you can join us in solving for this massive problem of spending in healthcare that does not have boundaries to it, and how can you help us focus on the things that have the greatest value to our patients, our community, our society, and figure out how to remove some of the waste from healthcare so that we have resources left for other parts of society. Hello again. So I trust you've had a few minutes to think about the problem I posed, and I just want to suggest a little more of a framework of how to approach solutions. So first of all, one of the groups in understanding this economists and people that understand the notion of government spending and budgets and priorities. There's a lot to consider in this space. Likewise, financing. There's opportunity to do this better. There's enormous opportunity for technology. We have lots and lots of disparate information systems, and they communicate poorly. And the way we intake the information is clumsy. There's so much potential to communicate with people through their cell phones and other mobile devices. Why do you have to come to a doctor if you've got a skin rash and take a picture of it and ship it to your physician and have them identify treatment and send a prescription to the pharmacy? You don't have to come in. That's the waste I'm talking about, but we're built in traditional models. There's huge opportunity for people to have serious conversations about these ethical choices in what has value of advanced directives. And so that's a person actually deciding what they would like to have happen to them if they become incapacitated. These are things that it matters that people do. And actually we end up, unfortunately, in healthcare, we actually deliver care to people that probably they receive care they didn't want to receive. But we don't have it documented. And if you can't get family consensus on what should happen, we end up doing, of course, everything. Lots of opportunity for all types of healthcare training from people that have 2-year degrees as medical assistants that can support business functions in the office, that can support clinical functions, all the way to physicians and other people with significant advanced training. One of the ways that we have chosen to take on this challenge of improving the value of healthcare, we actually have joined a government initiative for Medicare. And this initiative is called the Next Generation ACO, and that stands for Affordable Care Organization. An Affordable Care Organization is challenged to deliver a cost, a spend to a goal. And so it has financial accountability. So there literally, we joined this, and we have about 13,000 patients in this ACO in West Michigan right now, and it'll grow next year. And there is a financial target for us. And we'll receive some additional reimbursement if we actually save money, and we will have to pay if the spending goes over a certain price. But this will cause us to figure out what things are necessary and what things are old procedures that are completely waste, and how do we take them out. As we take it out, and our competitor also says, you know what, we better make the system more efficient like they are, and they take expense out, we actually stepwise can begin to reduce some of the unnecessary things. It's estimated that maybe 30% of the spending in healthcare is of essentially no value and is just added waste. We're beginning to figure out, how do we target some of the very sickest people? We have people that they cycle back and forth into the emergency room, home, back to the emergency room over and over. So how do we target those people and actually construct home visits? In the past, it was sort of tedious. How do you make a business model out of running for a small single payment from one office to one home to the next home? We now have teams that go to homes because they can keep people out of the home. They may spend 2 or 3 hours in a home learning about safety issues. Do the patients know how to take their medications? Do they have multiple bottles of the same thing and they don't know how to take them? And you discover once people are on more than a few medications, it's very few patients actually take them right. And so you get involved with these sickest people, you can make a big difference. It's estimated that 20% of the people in Medicare have 5 or more diagnoses, and they account for 2/3 of the spend. So as you begin to focus on those 20% and then the sickest among that group, you've got a place where you can save, and it's actually getting closer to them and helping keep them out of the hospital where the spending turns into thousands of dollars a day. Keep them stabilized at home. It may only cost hundreds of dollars a day. There's a lot of opportunity if you can learn how to target the right people. So this care management initiatives and home visit programs that we're putting in place are really helping. We've actually added, in the last few years, 60 RN care managers across the region, and we're also adding social workers and others as well, clinical pharmacists, to help us address some of these people with the greatest difficulties. So this is a way of beginning to think about this problem. We are challenged to create more value. Employers are going to want to buy this kind of higher value product from us, but we are early on this journey, and I'm sure that in your classrooms, in your co-op opportunities, others that you've got would have great ideas to share and help improve the effort we have underway to improve the healthcare system for the U.S. and stabilize the American economy and create a great future for all of us. Thank you very much.